There's a kind of silence that makes people nervous. Not the silence of shyness, not the silence of judgment. The silence that happens when everyone around you is screaming at a screen, and you're just not. They notice. They always notice. And the question comes eventually, wrapped in confusion or mild accusation. Asterisk, you don't watch football? Asterisk, as if something inside you must be broken. But what if the thing that's broken isn't you? What if it's the assumption that caring about the same thing as millions of strangers is supposed to feel natural? Most people don't ask themselves why they watch. They just do. The ritual becomes the reason. The noise becomes the meaning. But you stop somewhere along the way. Or maybe you never started. And that distance you feel is not apathy. It's something sharper. Some minds don't borrow emotion. They don't light up watching someone else succeed. There's no surge when the crowd roars. No collapse when the game turns. It's not that they lack feeling. It's that feeling, for them, only activates through direct involvement. Through mastery. Through consequence. Psychologists call this low vicarious arousal. The brain simply doesn't reward indirect experience the same way. So when the goal is scored, they feel nothing. Not superiority. Not rebellion. Just a flatness where excitement is supposed to be. And that flatness gets mistaken for coldness. But it's not cold to need your dopamine to mean something personal. Then there's the ones who used to care. They remember the rituals. The jersey. The hope before kickoff. The way it felt to belong to something bigger. But at some point, the lens shifted. They saw the branding. The worship. The fact that none of it touched their actual life. And the joy didn't return after that. This isn't cynicism. The psychological disenchantment. When spectacle no longer distracts from the gap between what you watch and what you live. They didn't quit football. They quit pretending it filled anything. Others just found something that fit better. Car engine. A film score. A strategy game with consequences that matter to them. Their stimulation threshold is different. More personalized, more interactive. Football feels static to them. The same field, the same emotions, the same script with different actors. But give them a world they can explore, shape, or decode, and suddenly the focus is back. It's not about being smarter. It's about what the brain decides is worth the energy. And their brain decided it wasn't this. And then there's the raw ones. The ones who don't dress it up. Asterisk. Why would I watch millionaires chase a ball when I can't even pay rent? Asterisk. It's not bitterness. It's comparative pain. The kind that shows up when someone else's victory highlights your stagnation. For them, football isn't entertainment. It's a mirror they didn't ask for. So they turn away. Not because they hate the game. Because watching it costs more than it gives. Maybe you recognize yourself in one of these. Maybe in all of them. Or maybe you're still trying to figure out why it bothers people so much that you don't care. But the real question isn't why you don't watch. It's why everyone else assumes you should. Because if meaning only counts when it's shared, whose meaning is it really?